Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome back to our Arabic class. We are doing the Medina Arabic course book 1, and tonight inshallah ta'ala we are starting from a new lesson, which is lesson number 20. So let's begin. Bismillahi walhamdulillahi wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillahi wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. So we are doing a Darul Ishro, the 20th lesson. Now the difference between this and the previous lesson you'll see shortly, even though it's a whole new lesson, but it's the flip side of the coin. So it's a conversation now between two women. It begins by saying, by a woman by the name of Layla. She speaks, she says, Ya Salma, أفي فصلك طالبات من الصين واليابان? Oh Salma, do you have female students in your class from China and Japan? Now Salma replies, نعم في فصلنا 5 طالبات من الصين و4 طالبات من اليابان و8 طالبات من إندونيسيا. So Salma replies by saying, yes, in our class we have 5 girl students from China, 4 from Japan, and 8 from Indonesia. Indonesia, very simple, Indonesia. Yaban, you know, is Japan, and Sin is China, and you've got khamsu, arba'u, but the word 8, you can see specifically they had put a sakin on the ya, so it's not thamaniyu or thamaniya, you'd say wathamani talibatin min Indonesia. So that's the break up of students in her class. Getting on with the conversation, Layla now says, وفي فصلنا 3 طالبات من الهند و6 طالبات من الفلبين و7 طالبات من تركيا. She replies now to Salma to say, and in our class, we have 3 students from India, 6 girls students, 8 all girls. Now the whole conversation relates to girls. So, and 6 girls from the Philippines and 7 from Turkey. And 7 from Turkey. Salma now says, Salma, كم أختا لك يا ليلى? كم أختا لك يا ليلى? How many sisters do you have, oh Layla? And Layla replies, لي 3 أخوات. لي 3 أخوات. لي, I have 3 أخوات, sisters. I have 3 sisters. Salma now says, وكم أخا لك? And how many brothers do you have? Layla replies by saying, لي 5 إخوة. I have 5 brothers. Salma now makes a statement. She says, لك 3 أخوات وخمسة إخوة. You have 3 brothers and 5 sisters. And this is where I want to now stop and show the similarity between this week's class and last week's class. Lesson 19 and 20 in simple terms. So this, we dealt with the numbers relating to 3 to 10. In Arabic, they have a peculiarity with regards to them. And that is can be seen right here. 3 أخوات. 3 أخوات. 5 إخوة. What do you notice that's different? 3 is masculine. 5 is feminine. But أخوات is feminine and إخوة is masculine. So in Arabic, when you are dealing with the numbers 3 to 10, when the thing you are speaking about is feminine, you will use a masculine number. And when the thing you are speaking about is masculine, you will use a feminine number. So they will differ in number and gender. Not in number and gender, they will differ in the gender that is being used. So a man will be with a woman. You won't have a man with a man over here or a woman with a woman. So if you look at all of this, now everything gets put into perspective and we come back up to the top. So you see, khamsu, we did there, khamsatu, khamsu, masculine. As you know, the ta marbuta makes it feminine. Khamsu, 5, talibatin, female students. Arba'u, masculine, talibatin. Thamani, that's a masculine form, talibatin. 3 طالبات 6 طالبات 7 طالبات. So any number between 3 and 10, we're speaking here about طالبات, which is feminine, we're talking about women. So therefore, we use masculine numbers. 7, 6, 3, 8, 5, 4, all. We have, it has to differ with one another. And the same now applied to last week's class. If you were paying attention in that class, just to come back up here, you can see ثلاثة طلاب أربعة طلاب. Okay, we did here. Taliban is 2. عشرة طلاب. So you see, on the flip side of the coin, here we're talking about طلاب, which is masculine. Hence, we're using feminine numbers. We just did أربع طالبات. Yes, أربعة طلاب. We did ثلاث طالبات. Now we've got ثلاثة طلاب. عشرة طلاب. عشرة, you know, one is masculine, one is feminine. He is masculine, so he's feminine. He's masculine, so he's feminine. And now coming back to where we were, he's feminine, so he's masculine. She's feminine, so masculine. Feminine, so masculine. When the item or the thing that we're speaking about is feminine, then the number has got to be masculine. Keep that in your mind. But this only applies to the numbers 3 to 10. It's a specific rule only for these numbers. Hence why he made 2 specific classes just to explain this point, because it is an important one. So after Layla had said, you have 3 sisters and 5 brothers. Layla now replies by saying, Na'am. وَكَمْ أَخًا وَأُخْتًا لَكِ. Yes, in other words, yes, I have 3 and 5, like you said. And how many brothers and sisters do you have? So Salma now replies, she says, لي أربعة إخوة وأربع أخوات. لي أربعة إخوة وأربع أخوات. We're talking about men here, brothers. So I have 4, feminine form, 4 brothers and 4 sisters. So you see, أربعة إخوة أربع أخوات. Masculine for feminine, feminine for masculine. Layla now says, لي زميلة اسمها خديجة. Or if we join correctly, لي زميلة اسمها خديجة. لي زميلة نس, like that, tun, the tun gets the kasra. لي زميلة اسمها خديجة. Or لي زميلة اسمها خديجة. I have a colleague, her name is Khadija. لها 8 إخوة و8 أخوات. Now I pointed out the word ثماني previously. ثمانية is the feminine form. So ثمانية, because we're speaking about إخوة, which is masculine. ثمانية إخوة وثماني أخوات. She has 8 brothers and 8 sisters. That's the end of page 109 and the end of the lesson in simple terms. Like you can see, it's nothing difficult. It's quite simple and straightforward. He focuses the rest of the time on exercises, just to drill it home that this is how the rule works. So we start with the exercises. First one, tamarino, exercises. Number 1, اقرأ واكتب, read and write. So it shows you ثلاث طالبات, 4 طالبات, 5 طالبات, 6 طالبات, 7 طالبات, 8 طالبات, 9 طالبات, 10 طالبات. Masculine, feminine, masculine, feminine, feminine, masculine, feminine, masculine. They got to differ with one another. So from 3 until 10, that's the rule. Next exercise. اقرأ واكتب, read and write. في بيتنا 3 غرف. 3 غرف. He's using masculine for the word غرف. What is غرف? غرف is plural of the word غرفتun. So when you want to know whether a word is masculine or feminine, look at the singular form. So غرفتun is feminine. Therefore, غرفun, just because you don't see a marbuta over here, doesn't mean that غرفتun, that غرفun suddenly became masculine. It remains feminine. So في بيتنا, in our house, 3 غرف, there are 3 rooms. So they got to differ with one another. So it's why you need to keep your mind at hand when you are speaking, reading, writing, whatever. So you need to, غرف, don't look, oh, okay, the no ta marbuta, it must be masculine. No, You must understand the word. What is the word meaning? It means rooms. What's the singular form? Room. What is room? غرفة. غرفة. Okay, غرف, feminine. And that's how you work it. So in our house, there are 3 rooms. Number 2. في الجامعة 10 حافلات. في الجامعة, in the university, 10 حافلات. حافلة. حافلات. حافلة means a bus. حافلات means buses. So in the university, there are 10 buses. So 10 حافلات. But buses is feminine, therefore we use the masculine number. So not 10 but 10. في الجامعة 10 حافلات. In the university there are 10 buses. Number 3. في هذه المدرسة 8 مدرسات. Now you see he's taken away the sakin there, not because the word doesn't have a sakin, but because he doesn't want you to keep on working with training wheels. That now you can't go forward in life, you've got these crutches on you. He takes the haraka away because by now you should know it. 8. Had it been a masculine word here, 8, he would have known it from the Tamarbuta. But anyway, in this school or in this madrasa, there are 8 female teachers. In this school, let's go with school. In this school, there are 8 teachers, 8 female teachers. Abbas lahu 7 banatin. Abbas, he has 7 daughters. 7 banat. Because we're speaking about females now, so we use the masculine number. 7 banatin. Abbas has 7 daughters. في بيتنا 9 دجاجات. في بيتنا 9 دجاجات. دجاجة means a chicken. دجاجات is chickens. So in our house, there are 9 chickens. في الجامعة 5 كليات. في الجامعة, in the university, 5 كليات. كليات is plural of the word كلية. What is a kulliyah? Kulliyah means a faculty. So 5 كليات, in the university there are 5 faculties. Number 7. في المستشفى 10 طبيبات و4 ممرضات. In the hospital there are 10 طبيبات, female doctors, 10 female doctors, و4 ممرضات, and 4 nurses. ممرضة ممرضات. So 4 nurses, 10 doctors and 4 nurses. Number 8. خالد له 3 أبناء و4 بنات. Khalid, he has 3 daughters and 4 sons. I mean, he has 3 sons and 4 daughters. 3 because of أبناء and 4 because of بنات. And the last one for the page, number 9. لي 5 إخوة و6 أخوات. I have 5 brothers and 6 sisters. That's the end of page 110. Exercise continues on to the next page. Number 10 now. في هذا الكتاب 10 دروس. في هذا الكتاب, in this kitab, in this book, there are 10, not 10, but 10. Why? Because of durus, darsun, masculine. So there are 10. In this kitab, there are 10 lessons. لنا 4 أعمام و5 عمات. We have 4 paternal uncles and 5 paternal aunts. في بلدي 5 جامعات. In my city, there are 5 universities. Number 13. في ذلك الدرس 8 كلمات جديدة. In that lesson, there are 8 new words. كلمات جديدة, but كلمات جديدة because we're doing 8 كلمات, 5 عمات. So 8 كلمات جديدة. In that lesson, there are 8 new words. And the last one, number 14, عندي ثلاث مجلات. عندي ثلاث مجلات. مجلة means a magazine. So مجلات is magazines. I have by me 3 magazines. I think we should stop on this point here, inshallah ta'ala. Short lesson, but sufficient to give you some homework for next week, inshallah ta'ala, from number 3, number 4, and hopefully we complete the lesson next week, inshallah ta'ala, so that after that we can do lesson number 21. We're coming quickly closer towards the end of the book, so a person has to put in the extra work for this last final push. So we stop on this point here, inshallah. I'll just read the heading. أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا العدد المذكور بين قوسين. He says, answer the following questions using the number which is mentioned between the brackets. So in the brackets is the number 6. So obviously for you to read this, you need to know your Arabic numerals. So you can see, okay, that's a 6. So 6. How many brothers do you have? Kam akhan laka. How many brothers do you have? So therefore we need, we need to say, I have 6 brothers. So I'll do the number for the first one because so you can have an idea going forward. How many brothers? Kam akhan laka. How many brothers do you have? Then you will say li. Sittatu ikhwatin. Sittatu ikhwatin. Ikhwa is masculine. Sita is then feminine. So li sittatu ikhwatin. I have 6 brothers. And the same will now be applied for the rest of them. The next one will be with 5, then 10, then 9 and 8, and so on and so forth, right through till the end. So that's your homework for next week, inshallah ta'ala. But for now, we will end on this point here for tonight, inshallah ta'ala. Short lesson, just some homework for you to do for next week so that we can come close towards completing the book, inshallah ta'ala. So that being said, we end then for tonight. Until next time, we end and we say, وَصَلَّى اللَّهُ وَسَلَّمَ وَبَارَكَ عَلَى نَبِيِّنَا مُحَمَّدٍ سُبْحَانَ اللَّهِ وَبِحَمْدِهِ سُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ وَبِحَمْدِكَ نَشْهَدُ أَن لَّا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ نَسْتَغْفِرُكَ وَنَتُوبُ إِلَيْكَ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.